For joining us tonight. I'm Bob Clausen.
And I'm Laura Monteverdi. We're glad you're with us. Having to bury your own child is something no parent should ever have to do. But for hundreds in Arkansas, this nightmare becomes a reality. In 2022, 487 Arkansans died from a drug overdose. It's an epidemic impacting most of the nation, but people never think it will happen to them until it does. Jessica Rank joining us in the studio tonight with more on this, with the story of a mother who is hoping her story opens up the door to a much-needed conversation. Jess.
Yeah, Bob and Laura, we hear stories about overdose all the time, but actually living through it is a completely different story. In her new book, Barbara Hanvey shares the painful memories of her son's death, hoping it will bring some awareness to addiction and how we can help stop it. Does that phone call still haunt you?
Oh, yeah. It's like one of those things you never, ever, ever forget.
Like a tone that keeps ringing. Thoughts of regret come one after another.
Why wasn't I here? It was his birthday. Why wasn't I at home?
Barbara Hanvey says she's lived out some of her worst nightmares and hopes her story will open eyes to problems that are right in front of us.
They found him 20 minutes later and he had overdosed in the men's bathroom. My wonderful, beautiful son.
Barbara's son Spencer was an all-American boy, a baseball star, a great student, and a smile that would bring light into a dark room. But by the time he reached middle school, that all seemed to fade.
His happiness started going away. His having friends over started going away. He would be in his room more often.
Spencer turned to drugs to help cope with his depression. It was a moment of teen curiosity that turned into a lifelong addiction.
When your loved one's sick or your child's sick, you're sick. And it made me physically sick.
Hanvey says it was an uphill battle trying to get her son help.
There wasn't a lot of people opening doors to, there was felt like a lot of judgment and stigma.
It wasn't until years later Spencer joined a faith-based group and was healing from his addiction. Hanvey says she'd never seen him happier.
It was his birthday.
Spencer was only hours into his 24th year when he was taken from the world. Years later, Hanvey has finally found her voice, hoping others will read the pages of her son's story and think twice. Love more, care more, and fight more against an epidemic that's killing our generation.
I want his life to live on and mean something. It needs to mean something.
Barbara says she hopes more can be done on a local and national level to provide more resources to families battling addiction. Her book is now available on Amazon and at other local bookstores. Live in studio, I'm Jessica Rank for KRK4 News.
Jessica, thank you.